all gathered around a television. Where is this television?
The AV room at the grammar school.
Mm-hmm.
You're all in the AV room at the grammar school. What you see on the screen... Well, I'm not going to tell you how it makes you all feel, I guess. I'm just going to tell you what you see and feel as you will. On the television, you're seeing the roof of a sprawling structure shot from a helicopter. The scroll at the bottom reads, "An actual miracle. A building out of thin air." The mall at Chestnut Hill has reappeared. Full-on reappeared. Exactly as it was months ago, before you all crashed a floating power plant into it. The coverage is on every local channel. There are interviews with locals. Because you're in the AV room, this is an old cathode ray television with a dial. And every hard clunk of the dial pulls up another station. And it's the same views, a helicopter shot from here, a helicopter shot from there, a local, a helicopter shot, a bunch of fire trucks surrounding it. There is a Little League coverage. One of the channels is interviewing the coach of the Newton Narcissus, Magenta Julius.
Oh, great name.
And you tune in just in time to hear him say, well, the best way to describe this is a miracle, I suppose. The Blittle Leaguers can't wait to be back on their field. And then it just cuts to shots of incredibly cool teenagers, like, putting their aprons back on and walking confusedly into the building. Cars lining up to get into the parking lot, blocking all the roads.
Darby? Did you do this?
No.
Well, that problem is solved. Well, looks like that. Yeah, we really know how to build things nowadays.
Yeah. It's good they have it back. I'm just worried about what it took if this was an actual miracle, and it feels like this may have been an actual miracle.
I mean, that's what everyone's saying.
Does this
I had to give up my wing to get a miracle, Zlobs. My last connection to heaven.
Does this mean Neela Nightmare will maybe back off?
Oh, that would be so nice. Yeah, that's our miracle.
Yeah. And I guess this means we get to play.
Zlobs, you got a phone call.
Severus Zlobin. Severus Zlobin speaking.
Mr. Zlobins, it is Renard.
Hey, Renard. You're good to talk to you.
Likewise.
I'm sorry about all the goop in level 2.
That's fine. We have a cleaning crew and a disinfecting crew and an ectoplasmic crew all taking care of it.
I need to let you know, you also need to check out level 3 for additional goop.
Is that where you lost your shoe? Because we found a shoe down there.
You found it? Oh my god! Yeah, that's okay. That I was either there or it was either in the bay, or by the garden, or by Faneuil Hall, or it was in the Charles. No, it's probably mine.
All right. Well,
what so you know, what does it smell like?
Well, I'm glad you asked. The fact that you asked at all means you will not be surprised by what I'm about to tell you. We are going to cast it in molten steel and sink it to the bottom of the ocean for the public good.
Oh, but it's so hard to find shoes that fit right. No. We'll talk about that later.
Have you been watching the news?
Yeah, I just saw a mall up here. That was pretty cool. People saying it's a miracle. It's nice.
Now, Mr. Zlobins, I want to ask, just to make sure.
Mm-hmm.
Did you and your associates on the Sunflower have anything to do with this?
Mm-mm. No. No, well, I mean, we had.
I would not be upset if you said yes, but I would be upset if you were lying to me.
I wouldn't lie to you. I think I'm incapable of lying. I'll admit, we did, indirectly cause the destruction of it, but that was it.
And this was not a situation in which the guilt of it so overtook you that you decided to enact some kind of religious or magical effect to reinstate a multi-ton, several 100,000 square foot building?
I don't think so, but let's let me check. Hey, everyone. We didn't. No one did any like miracle holy work, right, to bring them all back here.
No, it wasn't us.
No, it wasn't us. Mm-mm.
Did you say not today, Mom?
Yeah, hold on. Not today. What do you mean not today?
I mean, or we might do it in the future. I don't know, but we didn't do it.
Okay. We did not do it, but in the future is never off the table, says Morgan. Again, classic Eclipse management, am I right? Office of Eclipse Management, get it?
Yes, I am aware.
Okay.
Of them.
Yeah.
And their work.
And that was me taking an opportunity to rib them. Are you proud of me?
I noticed. I'm going to send you another shoe.
Oh, thank you, Renard.
Well, I have full faith that you are telling me the truth, and you and your colleagues had nothing to do with this. If in your travels you happen to make a determination as to what caused this, please let me know as soon as you can.
Of course.
All right, well, as always, stay safe out there, and go Sunflowers.
Go Sunflowers. Okay, love you, bye.
Well,
that was Renard says hello.
Mm-hmm.
He really wanted to know if we caused that miracle to happen.
No.
I know that.
Do you all think that maybe we should go try and talk to Neela?
Yes.
That's scary.
I know.
What's scarier is if she doesn't know what she is working with here.
And if there's a consequence, then I think it would be right of us to try and help her. Since we did sort of cause the whole need for this situation in the first place.
Are you supposing that Neela Nightmare did it?
I don't know. But I know that she really wanted this to happen.
And
So
if anyone could do it, it would be her. She's unrelenting.
Yeah, at the very least, she'll know something.
And maybe she'll let up the curse that's on Longstock.
I think I have her phone number. Maybe I can set up a meetup. I know.
Yeah, set up a meetup. Tell her we're on our way.
Okay, I'll send a text.
All right, we need an excuse to leave school.
I'll go talk to Mr. Magnus.
Sure. Let me make a quick note.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tell Mr. Magnus it's an emergency with my shoe.
Or
use it.
I might think of my own idea, but I'll keep that in mind about the shoe.
Sure. So you approach, you leave the AV room and walk up to Mr. Magnus. Miss Mathers.
Hello, Mr. Magnus.
Is everything all right?
Yes, everything is all right. However, me and Morgan and Darby and Zlobs, I think we'll have to leave early again today.
Again?
Probably starting sometime around now, I was thinking. So we can get going on some official business.
Ms. Mathers, I don't want to stand in the way of any type of Blittle League business, if that's what this is, but you and your friends have been missing quite a bit of school since the start of the season.
Yeah, things have been kind of busy. We've gotten caught up in a few plots.
Well, an important thing in life is to ensure that you have balance, that you don't do too much, that any one thing is neglected. I do have to ask, though, do you feel like you're neglecting your education, or do you think you are putting in enough time?
I really like school, Mr. Magnus. Sometimes this isn't an emergency. Maybe it can wait until the end of the day. My dad say that nothing's more important than education.
Mindy, you flash back in your mind to last evening. Nana Mathers sitting on the couch, holding, well, in her chair, reaching across, holding your hand. And she looked you in the eyes and said, you must understand that education is a crucially important part of all of this. No matter what else I tell you, and then you kind of flash back to the present. Well, whatever you think is best. Once you and your colleagues are done in the AV room, we do have a reading assignment that I would love for you all to be a part of.
I'll talk to them. I think we can wait until the end of the day. We have a lot to. We have a lot of things to juggle right now.
The trials of youth. All right, I'll see you back in class in a few moments.
Hey,
Okay.
Morgan.
Happy recess.
Hey, Morgan.
Zlobs.
I just get notifications that the tactical office helped influence the school to raise some of my failing grades.
What?
Yeah.
That's cheating.
No.
What? They influence.
It's politicking.
Ew.
Don't ill me.
It's so you didn't earn it. It's really gross.
I did. I'm keeping the world in Somerville safe.
I mean,
I definitely earned it.
You earned a badge of honor. You didn't earn a grade.
I did. I earned an F, and then it got increased.
You got an F, Zlobs?
Yeah, it's been rough.
In what subject?
Oh, which one? Math's been a struggle. Science been good. And English. Ugh.
Zlobs?
Yeah.
Darby, Morgan?
Mhm.
Well, me and Mr. Magnus were talking. And, this isn't really truly an emergency, this situation. You know, we can talk to Neela after school. And so we're thinking maybe it would be best if we stayed until the end of the day.
I already called Scope over. Scope's waiting outside, and I think intimidating the secretaries.
Zlobs
Well,
are failing.
maybe you could tell
Was
him to
failing.
Maybe Scope can
around the
tutor
corner.
you.
There's an important reading discussion happened today, and we're starting a new unit in science in the afternoon.
Let's wait at least till study hall, and then we can reevaluate then.
This is more fun.
You shouldn't
I
have
know,
told us that
Zlobs.
you were failing, Zlobs.
I was expressing that I was telling the truth. I'm sorry. I spent a lot of time. I spent a lot of my time sleeping off injuries. So
Also,
That makes sense.
yeah.
Also, I'm proud of you for telling us that you're failing. I'm not proud of you for failing and then cheating.
I didn't
Morgan
cheat. I didn't cheat. The tactical office cheated.
Well, Mr. Magnus actually says that we've all been missing a lot of school lately.
Wait, Mr. Magnus has a problem with me? I'm passing.
He just wants us to prioritize learning.
Let's do it for Zlobs.
What? I'm fine. It's the homework. I just don't do my homework.
Shall we go to mathematics?
We'll do it for Mr. Magnus then.
All right, we'll do it for Mr. Magnus.
Okay, let's go back to class.
Darby, 2d6 plus sharp.
4.
Oh. God.
All right.
We should roll in school.
Yeah, you should roll in school, John. School's the most dangerous place.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Darby, you're walking down the hall, the four of you are, and right up against the building itself, right under the big windows, are, a row of shrubs. Mm-hmm. And one of them bursts into flames.
But I draw my sword and I go to the window.
Zlobs, Mindy, Morgan, you don't know why Darby is doing that.
Darby?
Darby?
We all agreed that we would go read.
Yeah, come on, Darby.
School's on fire.
What?
I put my hand against the window to see if I can tell if it's a holy fire or a demonic fire or a natural fire.
Yeah, let's do it this way. This is read a bad situation. 2d6 plus sharp, please.
7.
Okay, you can ask one question from the read a bad situation list.
What's the biggest threat?
The biggest threat is the fact that this isn't a natural fire. So the biggest threat here would be if you're pretty sure no one else can see this. So the biggest threat is if people do things under certain assumptions and other people do things under other assumptions. Like signals may get crossed and people may get hurt.
Got it. Okay. There's the shrub right outside this window. I know you can't see it, but it is on fire. It is an unnatural fire. But it might start spreading, and we need to get everyone out and away so that I can get this taken care of.
Do you want to blow up the shrub?
No, Zlobs, don't do that because I don't know what will happen if a grenade hits this type of fire. I don't know what could happen, but it might be really bad.
I flipped the fire alarm.
Oh!
Shepherd everyone away to the other side of the building.
Okay, I help with a tactical retreat.
I have to go do my classroom helper duties. I'll see you all later.
Got it. So all of you, Morgan, Mindy, and Zlobs, fold into the general population of the school to expedite everyone's departure. No rolls necessary. This is fire alarm goes off in a school, and certain procedures take place in a fairly expected order.
Mm-hmm. I'm part of the rescue squad.
You got a vest.
Mm-hmm. It's like a smash cut, like
flashlight, glow sticks, water bottle.
Oh, it's all just decked out.
Mm-hmm.
He goes around, it's like all the things clanging together.
Yeah, you're rolling in heavy here. You've got like 40 pounds of equipment that you must don for every fire drill. So yeah, folks start kind of streaming out kind of the far doors of the school. The school's like a big L shape around a kind of a playground in the middle, and then on the backside is a parking lot. And they're all kind of streaming out into the parking lot. Everyone, Darby, except for you, who is staring out the window towards the playground and the open field. Nakir is standing there.
Oh, he's cool.
Nakir, what's going on?
He kind of raises his hand. He's standing in the middle of the playground, and he raises his hand, and you raise yours, and he opens a wingway, and you travel about 45 feet to him.
What's going on? Did you start this fire, or were you called here?
I thought you called me.
I didn't. I was thinking about it, but I didn't even have a chance yet.
Well, this is troubling to the both of us then. Have you been watching the news?
Yeah, we are.
Feel like that's a question I should be asking. I don't know why.
Yes. Yes, we saw there was the mall that we destroyed last year accidentally. When I had to call all of the guardian angels, it was recreated, and they're saying it's a miracle. And I think the humans are just using that phrase because it's incredible and no one can explain it, but I think it's actually a miracle.
His mouth starts opening, and it kind of keeps opening until the top of his head falls back, and he's just a floating cluster of brilliantly bright eyes. And he kind of stays that way for a few seconds or an eternity, trapped in a blink or somewhere in between. And then eventually kind of his head clips back on. No such miracle was asked of heaven.
So a miracle from a different place.
Perhaps.
Does that exist?
It shouldn't. No miracle, no pleading for a miracle of this specific thing at this specific time is in the Grand Archive.
I think I might know who did it. The human, at least, but I don't know. She might at least be able to explain what it is. If she did do this, I don't think she would know what the consequences could be.
They often do not, do they?
Mm-mm.
My time here must be brief. Knowing what I know now, there will be processes that will be undertaken above.
I'll do my best to get this taken care of then.
Best that you do. Consequences for an errant or ill-gotten miracle may be met with retributions beyond my ability to stop them.
Understood.
And with that, you're back inside. Some time has passed. You don't know how much. The alarm is off.
Oh, there you are, Darby.
Yeah, hey, Darby.
Okay, we need to get this fire out. I need to get this fire out quickly, and then we need to get to Neela Nightmare right away. I need to get...
Is it still burning?
Yes. I run outside and see if I can siphon off any of whatever this fire is with my sword. Overpower it with my own holy energy.
2d6 plus tough, please.
12.
All right. I'll give you some of the story. You kind of draw your sword, and it begins just pulling fire out of this bush. And, you kind of pull it into the sword, and you feel it. And the sense you get as you kind of interpret the holy energies here, it has a strange smell to it. That is to say, there's a sense beyond human senses that you have, the sense of interpreting the holy energies of things. It's somewhere between maybe hearing and smelling something. It's in your mind, in the back of your mind.
Smearing.
Smearing. And a resonant holiness from upstairs gives you a specific feeling. Sometimes it's louder, sometimes it's quieter, but it's always that same tenor. This is different. This smells overcooked or sounds out of tune. Something is in the process of happening in terms of the connection between heaven and earth. And it is happening right now.
What?
And it is bad.
The connection between heaven and earth?
Yeah. It is beyond your understanding at present to tease it apart. But the fact of the matter is, it sounds different here. It's like you're always used to hearing a voice in the other room, and now that room is like 2 rooms away.
Yeah. Okay. Something a lot bigger than a mall is happening right now.
Yeah, fire drill.
No, something... This energy, I don't know exactly what it is, but there's something happening. There's something I don't know how to explain it, but there's something happening like the tether between earth and heaven. Something's changing it or ripping it. I don't know, but whatever this miracle was, this isn't a holy miracle. And the consequences, I don't know what they could be, but it's going to be terrible. And we need to get to Neela right now.
Did I get a text from
Mindy,
Neela?
You think back to last night. Your grandma poured you both tea. And she looks at you because you'd been talking for a while. What you need to understand is the consequences. Because at the time we couldn't understand them. But now we understand them too clearly. Switch back to the present. Neela Nightmare does indeed text you back. She texts you a specific parking space at the new mall. The old mall.
All right, I got a text for a location.
Okay.
Sunflower's out?
Out. I'll meet you there, though.
I just need to talk to Mr. Magnus one more time.
Okay, Zlobs, I'll meet you in Scope.
Okay, Scope, it has been outside idling for like an hour now.
Mm-hmm. Scope did text you about 10 minutes ago to say that Scope needed to go get gas, and then Scope texted you 4 minutes ago saying, "I'm back. I hope you're not mad."
Oh no, Morgan, you're gonna have to handle this one. Scope's in probably another one of their malaises.
Oh, Scope, I got a little hanging tree if you want that. It smells like Christmas.
What does Christmas make you feel like?
angry because I got so many dumb gifts, but that's
Then
not
I shall feel angry as well.
Don't endow it
Please
with
hang the
emotion.
anger tree. Thank you.
It's fine. I love when Scope drives angry. Let's go.
Oh no.
Grrr.
We gotta wait on Mathers.
Oh yeah. Go on. Scope, maintain the anger.
Mr. Magnus looks at you. Ms. Mathers, just in time. He hands you a small script with some lines highlighted. I have the others for your colleagues. Apparently, you're all going to put on a little play in the class right now.
Just a second. I'll mentally message Darby. Darby, do we have time for just a short classroom activity? I don't think it'll take more than 15 minutes.
Absolutely not.
Okay. No problem. Mr. Magnus?
Ms. Mathers.
It turns out this actually is an emergency. And we have to leave school right away. But could we maybe do this first thing on Monday?
First thing at Monday, I need you and your colleagues to choose a 4-person play, a 1-act preferably, and deliver it to the class.
Okay, no problem. We can meet this weekend. And Mr. Magnus, could I get some extra take-home homework so that I can make up what I'm missing from today's science lesson?
He hands you a manila folder with 2 big elastic bands around it, M. Mathers, and 3 identical folders. He apparently had them prepared already. And if you wouldn't mind delivering them to your colleagues as well.
Yes, I'll make sure we get these done this weekend as well. And the rest of the reading that we'll miss.
Darby, how are you getting there?
By air, I want to go there by air so I can see if there's fires anywhere else on the way. Or if that was specifically for me. Just one.
Investigate a mystery. 2d6 plus sharp.
5.
Don't roll in school.
You're flying over a synagogue, and you can actively in your ears hear the prayers of people inside, which is not a thing you should be able to hear.
Does anything look different from up here, or is it just that sense?
It's that.
It's just that.
Prayers that are meant to be private are now very apparent to you.
Okay, I fly faster.
You are driving in Listerine with
as a
Scope
team
at the wheel,
and with
as
anger.
a team.
And with
Indeed. Yeah, every so often the horn goes off on its own. Come on,
other drivers.
drive like you have somewhere to be.
That's right. Drive like you have somewhere to be.
Oh boy.
Scope.
Christmas.
Rev engine to 13,000.
Ow, that hurts.
Sorry.
But it's fine. Anger is pain, and pain is anger.
That's right.
Oh,
there's traffic blocking this off ramp. Scope. Engage off road.
Yep, you kind of like downshift, and about 5 psi drains out of all the tires. And yeah, off road. You're driving through the driving through the woods of kind of eastern Newton. And soon enough, you get to the mall at Chestnut Hill. Darby is perched on top of a lamppost, kind of surveying. And you pull into the spot. About 5 minutes later, precisely on time, and I mean to the second, Neela Nightmare arrives on a little motorized scooter.
Neela?
Hi, Neela.
Neela, we need to know exactly what you did.
She puts down the kickstand on the scooter and gets off and unlimbers a rifle from her shoulder and leans it against the scooter.
Scope, engage kickstand, and I take out a series of weapons from the back and also put it against Scope. Listerine.
He's like a Gatling gun, with gas grenades, and giant slingshot. Neela Nightmare doesn't say anything. She just looks at you.
Neela, there's something happening. There's something happening. It's big and it's not good, and I can feel it. I can hear things I shouldn't be able to hear. If that's even, it doesn't even matter. It's not hearing, but Neela, there are consequences for everything, and we want... What did you do? How did you get the mall pack?
Why do you think it was me?
I read Neela's mind.
2d6 plus weird, please.
Stream down?
Uh-oh.
Potentially.
I don't think so. This looks live to me.
Stream back. Okay.
Stream is
No.
back.
11.
That's pretty good. We're not in school. That's why.
You can ask Neela Nightmare 2 questions, and she is going to tell the truth.
From investigate a mystery or read a bad situation or anything I want.
2 questions from a combination of investigate a mystery or read a bad situation, or 1 question precisely phrased however you want it.
I'll take my 2. Oh, what happened here?
So Darby, like you're asking and kind of giving this impassioned plea for humanity and earnestness out of Neela Nightmare, and she just kind of tilts her head and asks you why you suspect her. And then Mindy, in a voice that sounds like hers, but as if 1,000 other Mindys are saying it along with her, you just hear, "What happened here?" And then all of a sudden Neela Nightmare straightens up. Well, I needed to follow the instructions very precisely. Based on my research, I didn't want to mess it up. I needed to be very, very clear with my intentions. I needed to bring them all back precisely as it was, exactly 1 day before the events that transpired that are entirely your fault. That's what I asked for, specifically that the mall would be empty except for everything that was in there 24 hours before, and specifically no people. I did not want to create duplicates. That would have caused an issue. No one was here when the mall returned. No one died. No one was dispossessed. No one lost their jobs. I followed my reading of the holy texts precisely. And then I stepped back, and the mole reappeared.
What here is being concealed?
What here is being concealed? Well, at this point, nothing. I suppose the things that are being concealed is the fact that I am responsible for this, though in a very real sense, you are all responsible for this. But I am responsible for rectifying the error, and I'm going to conceal that from everyone, because I want people to believe that I am on the side of right, and the Newton Narcissus is on the side of right, and the hundreds, if not thousands, of people that lost their jobs when this mall was destroyed in a giant fiery explosion are in the right. And sometimes when enough people are in the right, heaven responds.
Heaven didn't do this, Neela.
Darby, whatever do you mean? Like her mask is just kind of back on.
Did she say this out loud?
Yeah, all of that.
Neela, I understand why you did what you did. Honestly, I maybe would have tried the same thing. But I can tell you for certain, because I can tell you for certain that heaven isn't what responded. That may have been your intention. And I don't know why it went wrong, or even if maybe it went right and you just didn't know what this was, but this wasn't heaven's doing. And
what would you like out of Neela Nightmare, Darby?
I want to know where she got this miracle. Like who instructed her? Who was it? Just her reading a holy text? But where did it come from? Who else was involved? I want to know everything.
Well, let's roll for it. You determine the approach. Do you want to threaten her with tough? Do you want to cajole her with charm? Do you want to lay a bunch of traps and kind of trap her in saying something with sharp?
I think I don't know if this might be charm. I think I know what I want to do. I want to tell her about my miracle. Neela, I had a miracle once. And to get that miracle, to be able to hold it, to be able to have it so I could use it, I had to make a sacrifice that was big enough, a sacrifice that was meaningful enough. And there are always consequences. What I sacrificed my wing, my last holy wing, to have that miracle. What did you sacrifice to get this?
$2d6 plus charm, and I will give you a +1 because what you said was compelling.
6.
No.
Darby, 2 options. Neela's going to clam up and not share anything else, or she will give you incredibly bad, complicated information.
Oh.
Well, it's already pretty bad. I'd rather know what we're working with here and what's going on.
Can I help?
Roll's already been made. How do you want to help?
Can I tell Neela something in her mind?
Sure.
Neela, please tell Darby what she wants to know, or I am going to make you.
2d6 plus weird.
Eight.
Okay. Neela is going to tell you the whole truth and not hold anything back. It's just going to be very bad. So she will at least be a reliable source now. Keep in mind, of course, that I wouldn't have had to have done any of this if you did not crash an airplane into my home field.
It was a floating
accident.
power plant.
Let's just accept that as shared and honest truth. None of this would have happened if not for that. Beyond that, none of this would have happened if you simply let me do the things that I wanted to do without creating impediments. So know that as well. So if we are keeping track of whose fault this is, if I swung at strike 3, well, the two of you, all of you, swung at strikes 1 and 2. Now that that has been established as shared fact, let me discuss what I did. When I knew that a combination of magic and technology would not work on such short notice before the start of the season, I turned to faith. Specifically, all of them. Shared creation narratives. Abilities for those in need to reach out to higher powers and creative powers. I tried that and it didn't work. And so I looked towards hell. But I didn't have to look that far.
You sound like a supervillain.
Who crashed a flying power plant into a building?
Surely you can understand that the first two things were done by accident.
The
Of
blame
course,
here
what you're
doesn't
doing
matter.
Is on purpose.
The consequences for all of this will affect all of us, not just whoever we ultimately, and we can take this chain of who is to blame back as far as we want to go, and it doesn't matter, because that's not the only person who's going to have to face the consequences. It's all of us and all of humanity.
Did you know that there's a Prince of Hell that lives locally?
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no.
Bye, Neela. Back in the car, everybody.
I load up all the weapons.
I take out a Christmas tree that's the black velvet kind. It makes me feel sad. Here you
I am
guys go.
upset now.
Me too,
Join the
Scope.
club, buddy.
Without
You know
saying
what?
a word, Neela picks up the kickstand and scoots off.
I really think if she made better choices that we could be friends.
Mathers.
I really do feel that way.
She legit sounds like has the same reasoning as like every supervillain in like every movie I've seen.
Yeah.
She really did think she was doing the right thing, too, like most supervillains.
Ugh.
Wait,
She had some good points.
are we the supervillains?
No, we're the heroes.
But we let Pythias into the world. And then we crashed.
What? We didn't. It wasn't.
It's
I made a
okay,
choice.
Zlobs.
I let him in.
There aren't heroes and villains. There's just a bunch of people trying to do their best.
How do you want to find Pythias?
I guess we should go to San Philippe Tower. Isn't
I'll
that
send
where
it.
his day job is?
Mm-hmm.
I'll send
sun's
Unity a
still out.
text.
You do? It is very convenient. You know as many people as you know.
It's a great power.
Who are you
It is.
texting? Unity?
Darby would like
Unity.
credit that she's the first one who had Unity's number.
Yeah,
I'm not happy about that.
This is like one of 4 numbers in Darby's phone.
You,
That's the one I wanted the most.
audience, chat, dear friends. I need the name of a fun adult, preferably non-human.
Oh, great. All right. We make the sad drive down like Com Ave or Mass Ave? No, Com Ave.
Coriander's gonna be so
From
disappointed.
here, Mass Ave, yeah.
Mass Ave and then
Kane.
right?
I love that. So you text Unity, and you hear back Morgan immediately. You get a phone call from a Boston number. Yeah, it's this very kind of like raspy robotic voice. It is that way because you are talking to a rather large squid in a giant tank with a microphone against the side. Hello, Morgan Woodstock. This is Miskit Kane in Unity San Felipe's office.
Hey,
Is everything all right?
We might be heading your way. We're trying to reach someone in your office.
Might be or definitely be.
Okay, we definitely are trying to reach someone in your office.
Am I allowed to ping the location on your phone?
Sure.
We will see you in 12 minutes. There will be someone outside for you. Who are you looking for?
John Prince.
John Prince.
He is in a meeting right now. Is this urgent?
This is urgent, yeah.
I understand. Let's see what we can do. At minimum, when you're here in 11 and a half minutes, we will have someone waiting and you will be moved to a conference room. Hopefully we can get John Prince in there as soon as he can.
Okay, and hey, Kane?
Yes, Morgan Woodstock.
I'm sorry about the jokes I told last time I was there. I thought you would think it was funny.
I appreciated the fact that you tried to bond with me.
All right, I'll see you soon.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye.
And in about 11 minutes and 15 seconds, you pull up outside of San Felipe Tower. There are 3 people waiting, kind of an attaché, a security guard, and then a valet that will take your card.
Oh, no, you do not touch Listerine. Scope, find a sad jazz club and nearby. I will see you in a bit.
I could use that type of music. I need to sink into my feelings for a while.
At a AI.
Yep.
I just stare down the valet.
I'll tip the valet the change from my lunch money.
He does the math in his head of explaining that he's on salary and doesn't need a tip and is not allowed to take it. But by the time he does, he just pockets the 55 cents, and you are ushered into the building by a security guard and a staff, San Felipe Foundation staffer.
Oh, they changed up the lobby. It's very nice.
Yeah, the attaché kind of gestures around. Yes, we decided to more prominently display the philanthropic awards that we've been given over the last year as a reminder to people about the good work that can be done when people that are mission-driven all get together.
Oh, God, you all sound like supervillains.
What? No, that's what a hero says.
We've donated several million to the local hospitals. And
how do you get that several million?
Well, I didn't get any of it, but Ms. San Felipe did by shrewd investments and incredibly hard work.
I didn't want to be confrontational. As you can see, I'm still missing a shoe. I'm very off put by this.
I'm terribly sorry. Would you like a shoe?
Yes.
All right.
How expensive is this shoe?
The attaché.
I have a weird fit. It's wider than you think it is.
8.5 wide on the left, 9 narrow on the right. No problem.
What? No, wider than you think it is.
Noted. And she walks off, and the security guard takes you up to a beautiful kind of corner conference room on one of the high floors of the building. Within 10 minutes, within 1 minute, you are given water and fruit. And within 8 minutes, you are given a pair of very nice loafers in dramatically different sizes. Zlobs, do they fit you or not?
One fits great. It's a little tight. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Thank you. I'm sorry.
The wide should be a double wide.
I told them wider than they think.
So you're there. You're eating fruit. You're enjoying the view, and all of a sudden the temperature in the room drops about 5 degrees, and the door swings open, and closed behind him, and in walks, impeccably dressed as always, John Prince, known also as Pythias, the Prince of the Kingdom of Fraud.
Pythias.
Sunflowers.
Hello.
Hello.
Please take a seat.
Have some fruit.
Of course. I've had a long day of meetings.
Anything new with you lately, John Prince?
All manner of things, but I assume that's a loaded question, so why don't you just ask me what you're here to ask me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Can you tell us about your deal with Neela Nightmare?
Of course.
Straight to the point. I love it, Mathers.
Neela Nightmare approached me, quoting several rather accurate texts across a variety of very, very early, by your human standards, religious literature.
Mm-hmm.
And she sought a bargain with me. She said the right things in the right order and with the right level of respect, and I, as part of the great hellish machine, was bound to at least listen to her offer. She made a compelling one, and so I decided to do what she asked. There was a miracle in the air. I grabbed it, I condensed it, and I gave it to her. I've noticed that it caused some unexpected, for you anyway, consequences. But those will probably sort themselves out in time.
Sort themselves out?
Probably?
Definitely.
How exactly do you see things sorting themselves out?
Imagine this floor and upstairs is...
Oh, can you use the fruit as a diagram, please?
By all means. His human face kind of melts away, and he is instead just a giant silver bull's head. And he extends a hand, and the fruit kind of start dancing up above the table. Imagine that Macintosh apple to be this floor. And imagine that orange to be upstairs. They're connected by a very complicated tether. A banana kind of floats in between them. Now, this tether is made of several different things. Prayer, belief, hope, and divine favor, moving back and forth, up and down like a circulatory system. That entire tether works based on an understanding, a great balance. When I plucked from the system a miracle that was drifting down to earth, the calibration of that tether has twisted itself. The banana kind of rotates in opposite directions, and the peel kind of splits, and a bunch of banana goo starts melting out.
Ugh.
Now, at some point, that tether is going to set into a new normal. What's lost of the tether will be lost, and what remains will remain, and soon no one will remember the tether looking any other way. What does that mean for you? Well, I'm going to tell you because I like you all. Fate is going to get a little tricky. People that heaven did not expect to die are going to die. People that heaven expected to die are going to live a remarkably long time. Prayers will go unanswered, whereas deepest, darkest fears will be realized. All of those things will happen in expanding concentric circles that will affect probably a third of the Earth, and then eventually, days, weeks, things will sort themselves out, a new normal will be established, and you can all enjoy having hamburgers and arcade games at the mall.
Everyone sounds like a supervillain.
Pythias.
Pythias.
Is a supervillain.
How
Has this
I don't appreciate being called a supervillain. I engaged in open, palms up, and earnest dealings with someone that said the right things in the right order. I have done nothing wrong.
these things that you say will happen, is there a way to stop this
Yes,
that you know of?
absolutely.
How?
What is it?
I want this to go back to normal.
Well, it's very simple, really. The powers that be upstairs decided to answer the prayers of someone down here. And those prayers were unanswered because I took the miracle that was sent down and repurposed it for a grander design. So, you would simply need to answer the prayers of someone that asked for a miracle.
The original request.
The very same.
Build a
Darby.
mall?
Something else that didn't happen, that instead became the mall.
That's right.
Darby, can you ask your guardian angel?
Yeah.
Is that insensitive?
It's just not correct, but it's not
Okay.
insensitive.
Yeah. What's his name? Nakir. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about
Stupid Declan.
no, not stupid Declan. Who's the other person who's been watching you?
Oh, yeah.
Nancy.
Nancy.
I
don't think
prefer
it's
not to say in this room.
Oh, I'm so sorry. That makes sense. Well, it's not Nancy because I got it wrong.
We'll go with Nancy, though. That'll be a code name. Sorry, John Prince. You understand.
I do.
Pythias, why did you want this? Why did you want this new grand design?
Oh, I don't want the grand design at all. I simply wanted what Neela Nightmare offered me.
Oh, what was that? Oh, that was important. Yeah, thank you for reminding me.
Her soul.
Neela.
I'm not going to take it until she dies.
It's not even that good of a mall.
Though, interestingly, with this new grand design, I think she's going to die a lot sooner than she thinks she will. In any event, I'm going to have the soul at some point, as per our deal.
Can we help her?
To do what?
I don't know.
Can we undo everything?
Well, I suppose you could reset the grand design by concocting the end result of the miracle that was asked for, that is now 5 hours overdue.
We have to set the balance right. We can talk about Neela's soul later.
Maybe we could trade for it.
Well, that is a bargain for another time. If you want to reset the balance and restore the intent of the miracle, you probably have precious little time right now.
Okay. I'll start saving up my lunch money. Let's go, everybody.
Let's roll out.
I'll send a text to Mr. Magnus.
A text to Mr. Magnus?
Yeah, what are you telling us?
What are you going to tell him?
Did they have cell phones? Teachers?
Yeah. That we're not
Okay.
coming in today.
Cut back to Mr. Magnus's class. A couple of your classmates are like covered in like blankets and big floppy hats, you know, kind of projecting prose into the audience. And Mr. Magnus starts clapping very proudly at the front of the class. And on his desk, his phone starts vibrating. Anyway, where are you going?
As soon as we're back in Listerine, I'd like to summon Nakir.
He appears next to you in the backseat.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Nakir.
I drive down. What's the windy river that goes along Charles? The road, whatever road that is. It's a nice route. The fence.
Soldiers Field.
I drive
like Soldiers Field or Storo?
Yeah.
Yes,
I am in the middle seat and I am very uncomfortable.
Yes.
I'm sorry to call you in here, but I wanted to do it as soon as possible. Do you like popcorn?
I do not.
Do you like burritos?
I do.
One burrito, please.
Yeah.
We have a general assessment of what's happening, what threw off the balance. There was a miracle repurposed. And so there's a miracle that around the same time, approximately 5 hours ago, should have been fulfilled. Heaven intended to, but it wasn't. Is that something you can find out?
The top of his head falls back, revealing a constellation of bright eyes.
I veer into the other lane.
Oh, wear your sunglasses, Zlobs.
Oh.
In consultation with the Keeper of the Archives, and with this information you have shared, I have two things that would be of purpose. The designated miracle was meant for Pittsfield State Forest. A pair of siblings went for a hike. One of them fell. The other could not save her. One or both is trapped. They're pleading. They're pleading for help. And if they don't get it, they will die. Two sisters. They didn't get along, but they've reconciled. Catherine and Genevieve Thompson.
The Thompson sisters. Oh, we know them. We go way back.
They'll be dead in 4 hours. My colleagues in the respective archives have convened. If you do not save them and balance is not restored, we are going to execute a fiery purge. I cannot stop that. I will, in fact, be the architect of its design.
Okay.
All right.
Then we will save them.
Good to see you.
Pittsfield's Western Mass, right?
You better drive fast.
I really wish I had the wingway right now. Have I been? Western?
I sent a text to a phone number called Z2, and I say, on my way. Lost people.
A pair of familiar eyes look at a phone, and the incoming text is from someone in her phone as Z2. K. Send. Neela Nightmare locks up her her scooter outside and walks into the mall. Police and fire are still all around, but the mall is open. There are all sorts of people in here, Blittle League investigators, various officials. But remarkably, the food court is open. And so she walks up and orders a strawberry slushie from the fresh juice stand. And she takes it and nods and pays and tips well. And then walks over to the food court balcony, which overlooks the big central pavilion of the mall, which is where the Newton Narcissus play.
They play in the mall?
She takes a sip and smiles. This is going to be a good season.
Okay, we got to practice this from the top.
I don't want to go again.
Marcellus enters from stage left.
Yes, I was here, and no, I was not part of it.
Darby.
Oh, I wrote my own lines. Is that okay?
Of course.
I changed them last night.
What?
You were part of it. I saw you. Back in the day, you used to say that you didn't want to be a part of things, but now you are.
Hold on, Darby. I just want to say you being a prospector is the best choice for this character
you. I
you
thought it
made
was
so
a good
far.
change.
It's a good